Welcome. I am Lauren McCullough with Little Rock Parks and Recreation. And yes, here I am with the one and only Geneva, the one and only Gina. We are talking about Little Rock Marathon 2017. So this is the time, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think that I'm right. This is the time where
we've lost our mind.
You sleep 1 hour a day, maybe.
Right.
We're
good with that.
You're burning the midnight oil or the 3 o'clock in the morning oil.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about, well, first of all, I want to talk about what's obvious. Candy, lollipops, cupcake on the head. You're licking a lollipop during this interview.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what our theme is, right?
I want to know what the theme is.
It's about butterflies and sunshine.
And
Runalicious.
Runalicious. Where did you come up with that?
If we told, we would not have a job.
Okay. It's pretty cool. I think that the nation has embraced the fact that I say the nation, it's actually a worldwide event.
Yeah.
They are excited about when you unveil your theme, unveil your medal. I know you unveiled your medal back before Christmas. But the theme and the medal are two big, huge things that Little Rock Marathon is known for, besides the crazy chicks in charge.
Yep. And we just got a kind of a nice little attaboy. Runner's World named us to the top 10 list of best marathons to do for first-timers, which we're right there behind Disney, and that's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're like it, which is fantastic. I'm kind of excited about it.
Because people want that medal.
Yeah, they do. And we treat them really good. We kind of spoil them.
Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind. What makes it so special?
Well, the whole race weekend experience. It's not just the medal. It's not just the race. It's not just one particular thing. But when people come to Little Rock, the whole community treats them special. You know, they're a lot of the people come in from out of town, from out of the country even, and we just turn on the Southern charm that we're known for. And that's a nice thing that the community has embraced all these people, and our whole department turns out in some form or fashion, whether it's at the expo or race weekend. I mean, there's a lot of tired puppies the next week after the race because we all, kick in and contribute and really show off our city very well. And then, we put on a fantastic race, because Gina and the rest of our staff, they organize it very well, and I'm just responsible for the silliness, but Gina's the real...
She does a very good job at that part.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So we were just named in Runner's World as one of the most popular places to run your first marathon. And I think the big reason is we are open for 8 hours. So if you are unsure about your training, but you've been training for, 3 months, 4 weeks, whatever, 2 days, however long you've been training, you have 8 hours to finish your race.
Yeah.
And we are one of very, very few races in the country that have that time limit.
Yeah. So
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
That is a big deal. And as a non-marathon runner myself, I know last year, and you always have a story. Every year, each race comes with many stories that you only know about after the race, and you can have that insider tell you. I know last year there was a gentleman that crossed the finish line later than everyone else, and I know that I witnessed something really cool, and it was, it wasn't, get him off the course. It was cheering that last guy on to the finish line, and it was late in the afternoon.
Wow.
It was very late, and I think that's really cool, and it's something that people notice about you ladies and how you run the event. And
it's one of those things that those tiny stories, it's the people that are there till the very last person comes in. Those are the people that we really care about, because those are the folks, and Gina and I have been the last participants in several races. But those are the people that don't get the victories, and it's treating those people that are in the latter part of the race just as special as the people that are in the first part of the race. And not many races do that.
That trickles all the way down to 26 miles.
Yeah.
Because our aid stations are out there. We have 14 aid stations that are staffed by local volunteers that make a significant difference in how these people finish.
Yeah.
Without their support, and
We couldn't do it.
I mean, we're talking from, gosh, we have 60 different organizations that come together and support the marathon.
Yeah.
And that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
It's just it's a community event.
It's a community event. I
And
mean, we'll have almost 2,000 people out there helping these athletes
Wow.
finish their race.
yeah.
Wow.
I know.
So cool.
So we really, really hope for good weather. Do your rain dance, keep it away and have a beautiful day. And everybody, especially volunteers, have a good time if it's a pretty day.
Absolutely.
And even if it's not,
It's still a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about this year's specifically this year's race. Weekend of the first weekend of March, which is every year.
Until 2025.
Okay. First weekend of March. The weekend's events include kicking off with Friday.
Friday, Health and Fitness Expo, free, open to the public. State
Nice.
House Convention Center.
it's presented by Heifer
Heifer
International.
I want to say one thing about that. For people that are not familiar or involved with the Little Rock Marathon, which, hello, how are you not familiar with it? But no, seriously, the expo, you said it's free and open. You don't have to be registered or have anything to do with the Little Rock Marathon. You can come in, look around, shop those vendors. They've got some really cool souvenirs and gifts and
Oh, yeah.
and gear for any kind of sport,
All
actually.
kinds, down to getting your teeth cleaned.
Wow.
We have everything.
Wow. So that's Friday.
Yeah.
That's Friday.
It opens Friday.
From 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And that's kind of the expo is kind of race.
It's home base.
Yeah.
It's the hub of the
Okay.
life of the weekend.
Okay.
And then Saturday we open the expo at 8:30 and it closes at 6. And it's once again free, open to the public. We'll have up to about 80 different merchants that come and go from all over the South, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And it's gear centric. If you're a runner or walker,
Health-centric.
health centric. There you go. Fitness centric. It's hard to find specific stuff. And I know when I barely get to go to the expo, and it's kind of like as I'm trying to load out things, it's like, oh, that's cute. I wish I. And
Yeah.
I don't get to see it half the time, but going to the expo is a lot of fun because there's just stuff that you can't go get at your favorite discount store, So
Right.
some of it's really cool. And, so it's for us goobers that do, marathons, half marathons. So it's a lot of fun.
We
Lot of
have
fun.
the local support we get here from Go Running, Rock City Running. Those stores really bring out different merchandise
That they
for
don't
the
have
race
at-
that
in
they
their
don't have at the
store.
store. So
Mm.
come see what
It's a
they've got.
temptation for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then also on Saturday we have our
We have the 5K, 10K, and the kids marathon.
Yeah.
The 5K and 10K run together, starting at the start line downtown, which is at Capitol and Scott, and they will run the 5K, obviously 3.1 miles, and the 10K will double that. They split off and come to the same finish right there on Main Street. They should be done. They start at 7:30. They should be done by 9:30, and then we turn things around and run the kids marathon at 11 a.m.
And this year, what we're doing with the Kids Marathon is we're having the kids start at the finish line and finish at the start line.
Because why not?
I know.
Because they're going backwards.
There's a lot of people that come for the kids race, and we couldn't accommodate. We just had way too many people at our start line last year, so we had to kind of switch things around so we could accommodate all the kids and the parents doing the race. So we'll be able to corral everybody a little bit better.
And that's going to run around, 3,500 people?
Yeah, well, 3,500 people
Just in the kids'
participate-
race.
Just participating, and then we estimate there's probably about 10 to 15,000 spectators.
Wow.
It's huge.
Proud parents and
Yeah,
grandparents
it's
and
great.
aunts
Up and down
uncles
1 mile.
Yeah, it's really great. It's like herding cats. It's fantastic.
Talk a little bit about, you say, the kids marathon. For those of you that are not familiar with that, they actually work on this throughout the year leading
Yes.
up, correct?
Yes, we have approximately 6,800 children around the country doing our kids marathon. What happens is, and it can be schools, it can be civic groups, it can be religious organizations. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to a school.
Could be one person
yeah.
bringing their kid.
Right, and so what they do is they do at least 25.2 miles before race weekend, and then on race weekend they do their final mile, and we treat them just like a marathoner. And then they get their medal as they cross the finish line. And so they get to have that experience. And we started the race, the kids part of the race, 14 years ago, because we wanted to create a culture where, we wanted to make our jobs a lot easier. First of all, trying to grow our race from within. But we were trying to think of a way to really promote parks and recreation and really promote fitness within our state. And running and walking is one of the easiest things that you can do. It doesn't require a lot of equipment. It's, just get out there and go. And plus, if we get the parents to get involved with their kids, then that's something that they can do, parents and children and
Do it together.
Yeah.
And it gets the parent off the couch.
Yeah. And so we were, and we can, I guess, point to the fact that our little rockers from, 14 years ago are now marathon runners.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we have several that are running the marathon this year that were little rockers, and so it's nice
Which
to
is
see.
really fun. That was our goal.
Yeah, so, and that, we'll keep on going. So I'm waiting until, our little rockers from 14 years ago win our race. That'll be neat.
That would
That'd
be
very
cool.
Yeah, it would be. So it might happen this year. Who knows?
Who
So
knows?
then we moved to Sunday for the marathon and half marathon. And those are both marathons sponsored by the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. And the half marathon is by Baptist Health. And those two races, we started the half our second year.
14 years ago.
And there will be about,
So
what we said, 6,300 people running on Sunday.
She's already gets these numbers wrong.
I
It's
get the
like-
numbers wrong all the time. And I'm trying to feed them all and staff them all. Go figure. Go figure. But we'll have approximately 6,000 people on Saturday and about 6,500 people on Sunday running in our community, which is fabulous. So we want people to volunteer.
Yeah.
Really need volunteers. So our expo hours are the Friday and Saturday hours at our Health and Fitness Expo are where we need the most volunteers.
And it
in the
doesn't
afternoon.
take, I mean, it's a fun volunteer
It's fabulous.
experience.
Yes, you get to
It
meet
doesn't
people from
take a
all
lot
over
of-
the world. All over the world. I took a call the other day from a lady coming from Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Alaska to come run our race. I love it.
So if they want to volunteer and they're watching this, they can go to your website.
Yes.
There's a volunteer button,
LittleRockMarathon.com. Click on volunteers.
and it's all right there. Shift by shift. It can be anything from moving a chair
to being at pack and
And
pickup.
then we'll also have our race app. We're going to launch that in a couple of days. So download Little Rock Marathon app. It's a set of lips, so everybody
Very
will
cool.
find that. But that gives a lot of information, course information, expo hours, a lot of information.
You had that last year, right? And
Yes.
it went very well.
We did.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And Michelob owns that app.
Okay.
Thank you, Michelob. Other than that, we want to say thank you to everybody.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you
Little
to
Rock.
everyone. Thank you, Little Rock, and thank you for surrounding areas for running with us and supporting us and cheering them on and volunteering.
Yes.
And we need more volunteers. And like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter, and download our app.
There you go.
Support Little Rock Parks and Recreation. It starts in parks.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
you.
We are looking
you.
forward to it. Thank you for watching.